Hey, it's Justin Popovich here from bestqualityplr.com and toolsformotivation.com. Now, this video, I'm going to talk about using PLR, private label rights, editable content, to execute what I like to call batch content marketing. And I've got that in sort of a half quote. It's not a full quote, just a half quote for you to keep things interesting. But hopefully you're familiar with the concept of batching. If you're an entrepreneur, I assume you are, but just to give you sort of a high level example, a real life example of what I do to batch. In my business, we have a lot going on, and one thing we like to do is post new training videos or training posts in our members area every Wednesday. Well, what we used to do in the past was every Tuesday we'd start preparing for Wednesday thinking, oh, we've got a training to do, let's get it done on Tuesday. And then we'd have to carve out time every single Tuesday to get this training done. Eventually we realized we need to batch this. So we sat down, and instead of having to maybe spend an hour every Tuesday, we spent 3 or 4 hours in a single sitting. But we planned out the next 12 to 15 weeks worth of training, batched the entire thing, wrote it into a process, and then handed it over to somebody who could then execute it in basically in a vacuum that we don't have to worry about anymore. So instead of having to dedicate that 1 hour per week, all of those hours moving forward have now been freed up. This is the concept of batching. Again, I'm sure you're familiar with it. But when it comes to content marketing, batching is also extremely important because you need to stay active. You need to be putting a lot of different flavors of content out into different places, right? You can't just be posting to your blog. You have to make sure that you tell people about your blog posts by going on places like Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and maybe on YouTube. Maybe you're getting interviewed on podcasts. Who knows? So in this particular example, what I'd like to do is take one of our PLR products called Resolution Revolution. There's the e-cover for you, the revised edition. And if you're not a member of our PLR site, why not? You could have a product like this. You probably want a product like this when I show you what's involved here, what you can do with it. Now, Resolution Revolution is a huge PLR package. One of the things that it comes with, I'm going to pull it up on the screen here, is a 52-part autoresponder pre-written email sequence. Basically, one email that you can drip out to your list per week for an entire year, 52 weeks. But each and every email is not just, sort of, hello, how are you doing, click here. There's actually some context behind it. And each and every email could in fact be a blog post in and of itself if you wanted it to be. And that's the beauty of PLR. When you have a good PLR product like this product that you see, you don't have to use the autoresponder messages for autoresponder content or email content. You can use it for things like blog posts, which is exactly what I want to show you here. And in the process, teach you this whole batching process. So what I'm going to do are the 4 following steps. 1, we're going to go to a test blog or one of my sample blogs and install a bulk content plugin. You'll see exactly what that is. Then we're going to take 5 of these 52 autoresponder messages and create 5 blog posts very, very quickly using that plugin. Then we're going to create 5 tweets that we can use on Twitter, also from this autoresponder message. So we don't have to think about it. We can just grab some text and paste it. And this is, again, for batching, this is great. You can speed up the process when you use PLR. And then finally, we're going to schedule those tweets so that they can promote those posts on our blog at a later date and time. Again, this isn't a scenario that you can just copy word for word here, but it's to get you to wrap your head around the idea of batching. So let's go through each and every one of these steps right now. Okay, before we go any further, I wanted to quickly show you the Word document that contains, it's about 12,000 words actually. This contains all of the 52 follow-up email sequences that are included in this PLR product. So if I scroll down, you won't see the whole thing, but here's a table of contents, right? There's a subject line for each and every email times 52. And if I go into the actual meat of the content here, let's just scroll to, here's week 2, subject, New Year's Day in March. It's a catchy title, and then it gives some context around it. And of course, you can promote stuff within it. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to scroll, I'm just going to pick about halfway through here, number 17. It's not halfway, close. And then I'm going to take 5 of these email messages and turn them into blog posts using that plugin that I showed you, or that I talked about. Let me show it to you now. I've already installed the plugin to save some time, and it's right here called Bulk Content Creator. So if you want to do it, you can just click Add New and install the plugin. Just search literally for the words Bulk Content Creator. This was showed to me by my friend Mark Hunter, who also did another previous training video with me. Hopefully you caught that video. And what it allows you to do, it creates a tool for you here in your WordPress dashboard called Bulk Content Creator. And it basically allows you to create posts on the fly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take the subject here, overcoming obstacles. This is the first blog post. Copy that and paste it in here. The type is a post, and then the content will literally just grab the entire contents of this here. Now this particular post is pointing the reader outside of the blog post, so what I might want to do is cut it off a little bit earlier. Again, this isn't going to be perfect. This is more for demonstration purposes. But that's already a fair bit of content for a blog post. So we paste that, into the content section here. And we can set the status, so pending review. I'm going to do pending review for all 5 blog posts. Now I'm going to pause this video, do the other 5, and then come back. And we're back. I don't even think it took all that long. I probably didn't even have to pause it. I was that lightning quick. However, here we go. There's the 5 posts here. I just literally grabbed 17 through 21 and pasted them in here. Again, I tried to make, if there was an action step that linked somewhere else that was irrelevant to this, then I took that piece out. But I've got them all here, and then using this plugin, they're all going to go to pending review state as soon as I click submit. So let's do that. And it added new posts. So if we go to our posts widget here, or posts view inside of this blog, we can see them here. Teaching children about the power of goals, right down through the first one here, building influence through accountable actions. And of course, each one of these blog posts, I'm just going to quickly preview one. This is my freebie portal that I'm doing it on, but I'm going to be deleting this post after the fact. But you get the idea here. So these posts are pretty much ready to go. I could have sent them right into publish state, but for now I'm going to leave them in pending because, again, this is not a live blog. This is for demo purposes. So what I'd now like to do is create some tweets that I can have publish now, but not actually go out into Twitter until later. Again, promoting these blog posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of make a dummy link to the blog post just to teach you the concept versus actually doing it here. But again, for speed, I wanted to show you the process more importantly than the actual implementation. So let's go over here. This is Hootsuite.com. If you're not familiar with it, grab an account. It lets you sync up a number of different social profiles, and you can do things like automate or batch and bulk your Twitter updates or your Facebook posts, so you can schedule them for a later date. Now here, what I was going to suggest we all do here for this particular example, let's go back to number 17, which was the first blog post that I created from this autoresponder message, and I'm going to grab just a piece of text to act as my tweet. And the whole point of the tweet is to get people to read the blog post, in this case, overcoming obstacles. So let's grab a little bit of text here to make a tweet. When you mapped out your resolution plan, did you sense that certain tasks were going to be difficult to complete? That's a little bit long. We can pare it down. That's a good question to ask on Twitter. And then what we can do is tweet that and then link to the blog post that we created, if you remember, right here. Again, I'm just going to put the word link, but you'll get the point. So we can paste this in as our tweet, and then obviously we might want to shorten this. When you mapped out your New Year's resolution plan, did you anticipate difficulties? If so, read here, and then link. So this would be something, and then if you wanted to schedule, this would be something great for scheduling, right? So let's pick, I'm doing this December 11th, let's pick tomorrow, whatever, 3:15 p.m., schedule. And, you got to pick a network, so I want it to go to Twitter as an example. Any of your networks can be plugged in here, and we schedule that. But this, again, tying back into the idea of batching, now we have not only a blog post that we could either post now or future date, right? It's pending review right now. I could say, post this 3 days from now, and then I have the tweet also go out 3 days from now. This can be expanded much, much further than just the 5 I'm showing you here. This is the concept I wanted to get across. So again, let's do it a couple more times. So going down here, mental engagement. Do you ever feel like your thoughts are just too scattered? So let's grab that one. Put a question mark. Check this out. And then we would say link, again, to the blog post that we have coming. It's going to go on Twitter, and once again, we will schedule it for, let's pick next week. And I think that actually is probably enough now to just show you. Let me just show you here. If you go to this little paper airplane publisher thing here, this will show you all the pending tweets or Facebook posts or whatever that you have coming in the future. So here you could quickly go in your batching mentality and make sure that the tweets that are going to be promoting your blog posts are indeed in line. So this one's going out on December 12th at 3:15 p.m. We might want to make sure that this post that we're promoting goes live sometime before that, or maybe a few minutes before that, and then the tweet goes out kind of to announce it. And then obviously, if you're really going to use Twitter effectively, you'd want 5, 6, 7, 8 tweets kind of reposting this to make sure, because people are likely going to miss your first tweet about it. That's where something like Hootsuite can come in really, really handy to just get you into this whole mode of batching and allowing you to schedule things in advance in a single setting, so that you're not thinking about going back to Twitter, once an hour. You can do these things all in advance, maybe once a week. A Monday morning, you could plan a bunch of your social posts. So that is pretty much the context of it here. Just to kind of go back to the screen, I showed you how to take this 52-part autoresponder series, and because it's PLR, you can convert that and merge it and repurpose it into blog content, which is exactly what we did using the bulk content plugin. We created 5 posts. In your case, you might want to create 50. Who knows? Have a blog post a day for the next 50 days, and then schedule tweets, create them and schedule them using a tool like Hootsuite, all in a single sitting, so that you can batch your content marketing using good quality PLR, like your good friends here at bestqualityplr.com and toolsformotivation.com. So this has been Justin Popovich. Hope you like this training. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.